so we got James Gunn's DC slate dropped a couple of weeks back. I did a video on my second channel talking about what I thought of it, and this is the video where I'm going to rank every DC project upcoming from my least most excited to my most excited. There are 16 of these projects, so let's not waste any time, but before I do this, please make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, and comment down below what is your guys' opinion on the DC new movie slate. I want to know, what movies are you excited for? What shows are you excited for? Which ones do you think are not quite a bad idea? Tell me all that down below in the comment section. And with that said, 16th place, Paradise Lost. I'm not a fan of this idea. It's a Game of Thrones type series with the Amazonians. Okay, how's that gonna work? There's so many problems that you can have here, where you can have just a boring show, you can have a show that feels so far connected from this universe, you can have it's just not really my type of thing. I know a bunch of people are excited for this, like a Game of Thrones type show in DC. It's just not really something that is probably crafted that much for me. I'm not really that big of a fan of this idea. I wouldn't be surprised if I didn't like the show. But, thinking about it, at the end of the show, we all know we're probably going to get a little tease of who the new Wonder Woman's going to be, so that's the plus side. But overall, I'm fairly sure I'm going to get bored while watching this show. 15th place, Shazam! Fury of the Gods, shockingly. One of the only ones that we've actually got footage of. Got multiple trailers, and the trailers have not looked good. I've shockingly not liked the trailers. I watched it the first time, I was like, oh, that looks fun. And then the more I watch them, the more I feel like this is just going to turn out to be an empty, boring movie. Where we get Shazam and we get his family, we fight the most boring villains imaginable, they don't even look interesting, and then it all culminates to fighting a dragon. It feels like it's just going to be like an hour and 30-minute, one-note movie. And for the first Shazam being that fun, that kind of shocks me. Sure, we'll probably get more of the same, but, I mean, the trailers have not looked good, and if we just get, like, the one-note movie, I'll be severely disappointed and not that excited for anything else that comes, because that's just not the movie I want. With James Gunn behind the wheel, though, I do believe that it won't be like that, maybe. Just all the trailers look that way, and kind of just shot down all my hope for this movie. 14th place, The Authority, and I do not know who these people are. I don't know anything about The Authority. That is why it's this low. And starting right here, I am fairly excited for everything that comes out. I'm not gonna be so hard on the negatives like I was these last two, but The Authority's here this low because I don't know who these people are. And they kind of sound like the Suicide Squad, if we're being honest, just like a group of people that get their methods dangerously. But, looking on the positive side, Superman does team up with this team in the comics. James Gunn might bring in a little Superman to this movie. Maybe have Superman and the Authority. I don't know, it's just like a one comic series. I do got hope for this, but if James Gunn isn't directing this, we all know James Gunn is like the best with the ragtag group of misfits in Guardians of the Galaxy, the Suicide Squad. He is the best with all that. Where will James Gunn be when this film's being directed? Who will helm all these characters, have them have great chemistry, have them have a great story? Who will do that? That is just my question. I really don't know if this movie will work if James Gunn isn't behind the camera, if James Gunn isn't writing the movie. Because if you have this ragtag group of misfits, you got to have the chemistry, and James Gunn has the best chemistry possible. But with James Gunn, I'm sure he'll find someone he trusts to handle this team. It's just slow because I don't know anything about this, but if you do bring in Superman and you do make it fun, maybe this will be like another Guardians of the Galaxy type situation. 13th place, Joker, whatever the freak this movie is called. I'm kidding, it's Joker Folie de Luxe, I think. I don't know, I don't speak French. I haven't seen the first movie, so I really don't know my expectations. But every look we got from this looks like a cool movie. I do agree. Harley Quinn, Lady Gaga taking inspiration from musicals. It sounds like something I would write. It sounds like something very intriguing that I would write. And the whole universe looks like an interesting, fresh look into the Batman world, and that excites me because we always need something fresh. And so the first Joker movie, something I definitely gotta watch. This movie comes out next year, so I definitely gotta watch the first Joker movie before I see this. But because I haven't seen the first Joker movie, I don't know what my expectations for the universe are. Just everything I've seen from these two Joker movies, it just looks like a very, very interesting look into the Batman world. And so I still got this ounce of excitement for both of these movies. 12th place, Waller. Could be good, but just think about it this way. James Gunn directed Peacemaker. Nobody thought that would be a good idea. And here we are. Peacemaker's a stunningly good show. And then we get back, and he's making a show about Amanda Waller. No superheroes whatsoever. We don't even know if James Gunn's gonna be here. It's shocking to me, all these ideas that they have of these characters that aren't even superheroes in this world that James Gunn isn't gonna direct. Not everything could be as good as James Gunn. Like Waller, The Authority, all of this sounds like something James Gunn would do. And if he's not doing them, I just have this nervousness that is it gonna work. Now, Waller could be interesting, could be her, like, fighting her own supervillains or whatever. It could be good, but if Gunn isn't directing, what's really the point? He made Peacemaker, so nobody would think was good to be phenomenal. Now, who's gonna make Waller and make it an interesting show? 11th place, Creature Commandos. Okay, James Gunn is writing, directing, I think, so I'm fairly sure it's gonna be fun. I just don't know what the point of this one is. I don't know if it's gonna be like a mini-series where each episode's a new adventure, or if it's actually gonna be something for the greater world. So if it's like a mini-adventure, like the Groot show, it's a mini-adventure for each of them. I've seen all 4 episodes of the Groot show last night, and it's bad. It's not good. But Creature Commandos, is it gonna be fun? Or is it just gonna be actually, like, intriguing episodes, but just, like, so far-fetched from the universe? I don't know. And for starting his DCU, you gotta make it connected into the universe. That's what you gotta do. But I really don't know what this is actually gonna be. It does look fun, though, in an animated show with James Gunn writing. I've always got hope for that one. Kicking off our top 10, The Batman, number 2. I like the first. I didn't love the first. I am always this person who gets shamed because I'm not the biggest fan of the first Batman, but I still like it nevertheless. I love how great they built the world building in this movie. The world building, stunningly good. And then we get to the movie, and it just feels a little too long and a little too drawn out to where I just lost interest halfway through. It gets good again, but it's just a movie that is way too long for being a Batman movie. And so on the Batman 2, it just kind of bummed me out just a little bit. I'm not super hyped for this movie. I definitely have to rewatch The Batman. I haven't, because I really want to love it, and I probably will very soon. It's just, I didn't love the story. The real question is, who's going to be the villain? Is it going to be Giancarlo Esposito's Mr. Freeze? It's going to be the Court of Owls? I don't know. That's what we really need to know, is who the villain is. Then I will start getting hyped for the Batman 2. But so far, I am fairly excited for this one. 9th place, Booster Gold. I like this idea, and it sounds fun. It doesn't sound like nothing really special, and I don't know how it's going to fit into the bigger universe, but a superhero that's from the future, that travels back to be another superhero, that's a little cool. That's kind of a neat idea. I don't know who Booster Gold is. I know he used to team up with this one guy. I believe it might have been Blue Beetle. He might have teamed up with Blue Beetle. Was it Blue Beetle and Booster Gold? I don't really know. But I like the idea of the show. If they mail it fun, I'm fairly sure that I will sit down on my couch and enjoy watching each episode. I just don't really know how it's going to fit in the greater universe. And compared to the next 8 on this list, I'm more excited for those than I am for this show. But I do have this fair level of excitement for Booster Gold. Also, it's the one that I constantly just forget James Gunn announced. I'm like, oh, there's a Booster Gold show coming out. That's right. I always just forget that. So I'm excited for Booster Gold. I'm not really sure, though. Number 8, Blue Beetle. And I kind of like Blue Beetle. I'm excited because the main actor, What's the main actor? name. Let's look. Blue Beetle cast. My boy right there. I'm not gonna butcher his name, but I didn't even realize he was cast until I was listening to the John Campea Show podcast. And then I just realized, oh crap, what's his name from Cobra Kai is in this. And I was like, he's great in Cobra Kai. And I could totally see him as the superhero, as this guy. And so it's perfect casting here. I don't know what the story will be about. We don't have footage, but the suit looks awesome. I like the cast. And just with the casting alone, that bumps my excitement from like a 5 to about a 10. I am excited for this movie. I do need a trailer, though, to get me fully hyped. And I do have a feeling this will be just like the throwaway movie, kind of dumped on HBO Max, just thrown away to get lost in the wind of all this bigger universe. But James Gunn has said he has plans for Blue Beetle, has plans for Zolo, so I have this steady level of excitement for this one. 7th place, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. I enjoyed the first Aquaman. I really liked the first Aquaman. On my, what birthday was it? 2018. Whatever the heck I was turning in 2018. I went to go see on my birthday the new Wreck-It Ralph movie, and then in theaters that weekend, the Aquaman movie, and I went with a bunch of friends. We all loved it, except my friend who now claims that he hates that movie, but whatever. I loved it. I very much enjoyed it. I found it to be a very well done DC movie, one of the best, probably the best except the Suicide Squad. But I am a bit aware that sequels tend to be a bit much. If you think of this, sequels are always like these movies that try to take on too much. And it seems like this one might be able to take on too much. First of all, you gotta find the way to get rid of, what's her name, Amber Heard in this movie. You got to find the Lost Kingdom. Like I said, I don't really know anything about the plot. All I know is sequels have too much stuff going on, period, to where I don't know if they can balance it all in this movie to be just like a 2-hour movie. I hope they do. But I know superhero sequels, in general, a lot of them just kind of just fall flat for me. I really don't want that to happen to Aquaman. If you think about it, this is the only sequel, well, the Batman 2, but this is the only sequel in the continuous DCU timeline that works. And plus, I've heard they're doing some more reshoots, so they will probably get rid of Aquaman at the end. So there's still a steady level of nervousness, but when the theater comes out, I'm definitely going to be in that theater, whether the trailer hypes me up or not, because I love Aquaman. 6, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. I'm excited. I think that they're going to bring in Sasha Calle, the Supergirl of the Flash movie. I think they're going to bring her in to this universe and have her be the darker type of Superwoman that James Gunn said. Here's the thing. I read the first 2 issues of this book. I still have 6 issues to go. I plan on doing it and reviewing it on my second channel, More ZMC. Go subscribe there. But honestly, the comic book doesn't sound like a story that's even fit for a movie or even introduction to this Supergirl in this universe. Basically, the story is she goes help a young girl kill the man who murdered her father and her dog. It's basically a slow John Wick story for Supergirl. What? It's a John Wick movie for Supergirl? Is that really the right way to introduce us here? And like I said, I never finished the book. I still have to finish the book. I'm still excited to finish the book. It just doesn't seem like that's the right fit here. But I do think that they could bring in Sasha Calle, could make it work. I still have this steady level of nervousness for it. But, again, still have the steady level of excitement for it as well. Alright, let's get into the top 5. Before I do that, please make sure to go down below in the comment section. Join me down there. Tell me, what is your ranking of all of the new James Gunn DC slate? I really want to know all that and more. Also, I do have a couple more videos coming up. I have a big one coming where I might see Knock at the Cabin. I might see, AMC Theaters is playing Creed 3 3 days early. So I might go see that and then drop my review before it's actually come out. Feel like a real film critic here. But yeah, I got a whole bunch of videos coming up, so go ahead and hit subscribe as well. Let's get back to the video. Number 5, The Brave and the Bold. It's a new Batman movie, and I'm excited for this one because it's a story about Batman and his murderous child. Them teaming up together to fight crime. It's really good. It's a really great setup for the bigger universe. It's a really great setup for like the League of Assassins, the Court of Owls. That could really work here. I really do think that this movie will work. I really am excited for The Brave and the Bold. The thing here is, after the success of the Batman, are they going to copy it? Or are they going to make it feel the same? I'm not sure if they'll make the movie feel the same. The Brave and the Bold feel the same as the Batman, feel in the same universe. Sure, we're going to have a new Batman, we're going to have a new everything. But is James Gunn going to make it as dark? Is James Gunn... I really don't know. We can't have two Batman universes because either one, you're going to copy the success of the Batman, or either two, you're going to have a completely different Batman. I'm not sure how they're going to make the Batman and make it feel like a new, fresh Batman, all the while we got the Batman going on. So that is my nervousness for this movie. Also, The Brave and the Bold, is it the right introduction to bring in his son? Shouldn't we have, like, one movie of the Batman here? I don't really know. The Brave and the Bold, something I'm excited for. It's just disappointing because, you know, the opportunity James Gunn had. Instead of making this movie, he could have started the Arkham trilogy. But no, we're going to make The Brave and the Bold. Sorry, I really want someone to make an Arkham trilogy movie. 4th place, Superman Legacy. I'm stoked because it is a Superman story written by James freaking Gunn. James Gunn's a fantastic writer. He wrote the first 2 Scooby-Doo movies, and so I'm sure he'll know what to do with the character, how to make him interesting, how to make him cool, how to make him fun. But I do have this steady level of nervousness that I still think that James Gunn might not be the right person for the job. I mean, look at his Scooby-Doo movies. You look at the Suicide Squad, the Guardians of the Galaxy. Is it the right person for the Superman? Plus, he said it's going to be a younger Superman. I don't really know how they're going to incorporate the younger Superman and the older Batman. And so, that kind of has that level of nervousness for me. I do think it'll still be great. I do think that James Gunn has it in him. But I always got to think of the negative here. Is James Gunn the right person for the job? In this situation, I think he could be. I'd have to see a trailer or the movie to fully get that. But I am excited for Superman Legacy because of the James Gunn written movie. 3rd place, and I don't know why this is so high. I don't know why I'm hyping this up so much. Because if James Mangold does not direct this, it's going to be probably like 6. Maybe even after Supergirl. But James Mangold's in talks to direct this. So, if you don't know who he is, James Mangold directed Ford vs. Ferrari. I've only seen one movie. That was the only movie. I didn't love it, but that's not really a movie geared for me. He made Logan, and he's making the new Indiana Jones. So, that's a lot of movies right there for this director. And if he directs Swamp Thing, makes it a horror movie, I'm still very curious for this movie, how it's going to turn out. Probably turn out brutal, awesome, gory. And that's exactly what I want from a Swamp Thing movie. So, exactly, even if he doesn't direct this, I'm sure James Gunn will make sure that they'll direct it. James Gunn should direct this, though. James Gunn would be a perfect director for this kind of horror movie. And so I am very excited, very curious for how this movie is going to turn out. 2nd place, we got Lanterns. I've been waiting so flippin' long for this movie. It's a buddy, or this show. It's a buddy cop show with the Green Lanterns. How does that not sound amazing? How does that not sound fun? Awesome. It's got Hal Jordan, and it's got that other guy, Jon Stewart. I just think this has so much unlimited potential, so much action, so much fun could be had in this movie. I am stoked for the Lantern show. If they have a compelling mystery, they have compelling chemistry between all the characters, this has the most potential out of everything James Gunn has announced to be the best one. This is the most excited I've been for a television series since The Last of Us. Hope this one does not let me down. But 1st place, obviously, is The Flash. Let the trailer speak for itself. The trailer is awesome. It introduces us to so many things in this world of him going back in time, him fighting Zod, him meeting Supergirl. It looks so awesome and so incredibly fun that I'm so excited for this movie. I was not excited for this at all before the trailer dropped. Then the trailer dropped, and I got hyped for this movie. I got hyped real quick because not only does it look phenomenal, but it just feels phenomenal. And having this all connect into Man of Steel and with Supergirl and with Batman, all of it looks awesome. I watch this trailer on a daily basis. I still get excited. That was the best trailer that I've ever seen, probably. I'm so excited for this movie, and that is why that is number 1. Please make sure to join me down below in the comment section below. I got a bunch of videos coming up. Please also go subscribe to my second channel, More ZMC, and thank you for clicking on this one. Remember, comment down below what was your ranking of all the DC upcoming projects, and with that said, subscribe, join the Nerd Army. Peace out.